Okay, so here it is, the 1040 form, 2019 tax year. So that's for whatever you earned and did last year on your job. This is the form that you're going to fill out. Okay? And so now what we want to do, there's a lot of information on here, but we want to take a little bit of time and make sure that we know what things we need. Is as you go to complete that form, you want to have all the information ready so that when you just sit yourself down in front of that you're ready to go. You have all the info ready to put into that form and then just go right straight through and complete it to the end. And so what you're going to need is personal information, social security number for you. If you don't have one, then ideally you've got a tax ID number. And then if you are married, you're going to have your spouse's full name and social security number. That's information that we need to have. Mrs. H and I always have to ask each other, what's your social security number? Because I don't remember hers and she doesn't remember mine. But when we fill out that tax form, we need both pieces of information. The other thing you need, if you have dependents, so if you have children, you're going to need all that same information about the kids: dates of birth, social security number, any child care records, income of anybody else in the house. And then there are things that you need to do to just verify that your child is going to count. Next, we need all the places where you earned money. A lot of this is not going to apply to you people right now, but that's okay. Down the road, it may. We've talked about the W-2 form. So if you had a job last year, you should have already received your W-2 or your W-2s if you had more than one job. We talked about how you might have more than one W-2. So if you were on unemployment, then you would have gotten a form stating that you earned some unemployment money. If you are running your own business, you're going to have some information that you need to have kept. For example, a record of all your expenses. So that's something that you need to be keeping track of on your own if you're running your own business. If you're renting out a place, you've got information about the money that you made on that rental. If you have a retirement account and you're getting money out of that account, then you will get form that shows this is the money that you received. If you got Social Security benefits, you're going to receive a form for that. This is railroad. Trust me, you guys aren't going to need to deal with that. I had to look that one up to see what RRB was, but it's a railroad board. That's what that is. If you earned interest on a savings account, so you have money in the bank and you got interest, they needed to have sent you a form. The bank needed to have sent you a form so that you'd have that information about how much money that you earned on any of these accounts. Again, most of these are not going to apply to you, but just so you know, there's a lot out there. If you gambled and made money, if you won the lottery and made some money, all these kinds of things. If you have a trust fund and some money was coming in from that trust fund, these are all pieces of information that you need to have to be able to put onto the form, that 1040, because all of those are sources of income. So you need to have all that information. In addition, we need to have information about any deductions that we might have. So if you're a homeowner and you have a mortgage, you're looking at how much interest did you pay, how much property tax did you pay, did you buy anything for the house, make some improvements, did you donate money or donate other items. So it says non-cash charitable donations. Did you donate to Goodwill or to your church, whatever? Okay. You have information about the money you spent on medical expenses, healthcare insurance, your doctor's appointments, those kinds of things. If you have health insurance through the marketplace, don't worry about that because that's coming and going. Okay? Childcare expenses. So you took your kids to the daycare. You had a babysitter come in. Okay? All those kinds of things. If you are a student, we're talking mainly college students, how much money did you spend for tuition, for books, you know, are you paying interest on a student loan that you took out? If you are a teacher, do you have receipts that show this is what you spent to have items in the classroom? State and local taxes. Are there other things that you paid beyond what would be on your W-2 form? That's the key. It has to be beyond that. Did you buy a vehicle? And where's the info about the sales tax that you paid on that? Other retirement things. If you're putting money into an account that's a retirement account, then that can be a deduction. And now the last little tidbit is federally declared disaster. So if there really was an issue, Hurricane Katrina, Hurricane Harvey, those kinds of things where, natural disaster that devastates your home, whatever, and now you've got all these bills related to getting yourself back on your feet, those are all going to be deductions. So there's a huge list here. There's a huge list here. The reality is for you folks that right now, the big one for you here really is the W-2. There may be some other things along the way. Some of you have kids, so some of that, you may need to have this kind of information. If you are in school beyond where you're at schooling right now and you're paying for books and such, then you might have those kinds of expenses. But again, the key is being able to know what forms you're going to need up front so that when you sit down to fill out this 1040 form, that you have all of the stuff ready to go so that you can get this thing done. And, obviously the hope is that you land right into this box, right? That we get a refund. Okay. Now, as you do the quiz, you're going to want to have this website open. I'll provide the link in the course because you're going to need this to answer the questions on the quiz. And again, as always, I'm confident you'll do a great job.